on Istanbul terror attack and President Obama's last time at the North American Trade Summit up in Ottawa as Senate President. Coming up next on the Peter Channel, 11 o'clock news. Coming up next in about 5 seconds. It's time now for the Peter Channel, 11 o'clock news this late Wednesday, June 28th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and now your 11 o'clock news headlines. Top story at 11th hour on this late Wednesday night is Hillary Clinton leads Donald Trump by 6 points, 44% to 30% in Fox News poll. A registered voters released Wednesday, marking an uptick from small civil polls released in May and June. It's happened with Fox Cross Turkey half staff at the daytime observer the day of morning. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan proclaimed the terror attack at Istanbul's airport but did not divide a split our country. Donald Trump may have clipped of GOP domination and commended the tensions of the presidential campaign, but President Obama says Trump's American will favorably ridicule he was what the hearts or the minds of the country just yet. The flight data recorder on Japan Flight 804 indicates possible lavatory and the next quote. Before the plane plummeted in the Mediterranean Sea, the nation's civil aviation ministry said on Wednesday. Rescue legislature named to help Puerto Rico address its mounting fiscal crisis cleared Congress Wednesday, 2 days before the U.S. President Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump has his own email scandal in a company filed Wednesday with the Federal Election Commission for nonpartisan campaign finance watch on the Trump campaign has solicited foreign donations. Ottawa, Ontario. Canada Parliament wishes Obama 4 more years. Secretary of State John Kerry faces with criticism on Wednesday for suggesting a terror attack at Istanbul's Turkey airport was evidence that Islam State is getting desperate assessment of what's top Republican said devised reality. Manila. Jimmy Vestres was found dead along a highway in the Philippine Island on April in late May. His hog-tied body wrapped like a mummy in garbage bags and packet tape with a rope around his neck. European Union leaders have warned that the UK must honor the principle of a free movement of people who want to retain access to the single market after they leave the bloc. Petro, California. Now, latest on the wildfires burning the U.S. West says a group of firefighters were deployed their fire shelter this week while battling in an Arizona blaze were part of the novel interagency hotshot crew. Attorney General Lauren Lynch met with former President Bill Clinton in airport Phoenix this weekend and accounted that she had described as primary social but wanted to insisted attention because of the Justice Department's ongoing. A West Glacier man was killed by a grizzly bear while riding his mountain bike on a forest trail in Half Moon Lakes area on Wednesday afternoon, according to Fowler County Sheriff Chuck Curry. Up in Montana. Marine Corps will remove the world men from 19 job titles. Canada College recruits job after the graduation will worth children's of college up for many people, but you're guaranteed to end up with nothing but rigorous review and get to no degree. 2 of the best days for the South this year began to the West, but it made the U.S. index back to the back for 2016. New York, United Airlines, and leaders of flight attendant security have agreed to have a new labor contract that will unify the cabin crew for the first time since the merger with Continental Airlines more than 5 years ago. Federal Reserve official criticizes the U.S. Bank to the bill shareholder buyout. A payout center conducted a distress test and approved 2 records again for subsidiaries of Deutsche Bank AG and Banco Santander SA. Take a look at some local news. A friendly cocktail is looking to return home while the same until his owner shows up. New Bedford, a regional group found and constructed an expanded gas pipeline network with controversial home with compressor station is planned in the protest march China against the so-called Access North Feast project. However, Joel was reading that has gone from running for the Alberta City Council to teenager to organize an anti-Trump rally in Boston and for one of the state's largest labor unions. However, a city man who was a focus of a search by local federal authorities was arraigned Wednesday in Alberta District Court on the charge of a felony registered as a sex offender. However, a former Manfield man charged in July 2015 for the $2,000 Portland copper wire from the North Alberta Electric Department yard was placed on probation on Wednesday. In news around the state. Boston and Massachusetts passed a bill to regulate ride-hailing services like Uber and Lyft. The legislature approved on Wednesday on a 34-2 vote wall would require President Bill background check to create insurance of at least $1 million. Like House bill, the Senate version of the abandoned drivers for picking up passengers Boston Logan International Airport provision Senate appear. The struggling tax industry. Boston, Houston, and Senate negotiations have agreed on a compromise spending plan for the state's 2017 fiscal year, when it begins on Friday. A century ago, About just because the very spectacular and Antarctic adult penguin so disturbed him and he never published it in World Critical Loss in 2012. The smoke from the multiple fires at the Mato Grosso region of Brazil rising over force and depositors as astronaut photographers. El Nino could drive into season for Amazon fire. It was United Kingdom's movement one forward. Looking at international collaboration, Unity did that now was a stark contrast to the Brexit closes. Other crisis back in Europe. Human disturbances are making the Amazon rainforest more vulnerable, according to researchers. This one in the conclusion of a 2-year study that Brazilian Amazon, which revealed that even protest of protective forces degraded by human activity. The ongoing question around Zika in linked birth defects attention has been largely focused on infants born with too small heads and microcephaly. An experimental drug called Midostaurin may reverse organ damage to people who started with fatal blood cancers in early clinical trial finds. Women in the U.S. medical establishment doing away with annual pelvic exams at least yet. Supplementary tools may raise the risk of diabetes event, but now women are studied by European researchers suggest. Peter Childers time, 11:05 p.m. on this late Wednesday night, and it's time now for a traffic report. Let's start off down in Eastern Connecticut and Rhode Island, where it's looking good on highways and byways, without except on Route 6 in the eastbound side, little so between Jackson and Providence, 95 in the southbound side, little so on Route 395 in New London, 138 in the southbound side, little so after 114A in Portsmouth and 138 in the eastbound side, little so in Newport Bridge. Add in South Massachusetts, 24 to the northbound side, little so before Route 44 in Raynham. Route 3 to the southbound side, little so at Route 18 in Weymouth. Mass parking in the eastbound side, little so over the Newton Corner, mass parking with westbound side, little so in the Newton Corner. 120 in the northbound side, little so in Great Plain Avenue in Needham. Mass parking on the westbound side, it did so from South Boston all the way at the Pruitt Tunnel. Mass parking in the eastbound side, so from Pruitt Tunnel all the way at the Logan Airport. 45 in the northbound side, also from 111 in Lowton all the way past Route 2. 45 in the northbound side, also the Hudson Street, 293.95 in Auburn, Slogo. 91 in the southbound side, also the North Hampton stretch. Route 57 in the eastbound side, Low Agawam stretch. And Connecticut, I-84 in the eastbound side, also the Newington stretch. I-84 westbound side, so between Bristol. I-84 on the westbound side, also up to Route 8 in Waterbury. I-84 in the eastbound side, also to Waterbury, Connecticut. Route 8 in the northbound side, also on Route 84 in Waterbury, Connecticut. 95 northbound side, also on Route 91 in New Haven. 95 on the southbound side, also the Bridgeport stretch. 95 on the southbound side, also the Southfield stretch. Down New York City, Lawrence Spencer to the westbound side, also the Queens stretch. FDR Drive on the eastbound side, also the Brooklyn stretch. FDR Drive on the westbound side, also on the President's Bridge. Bell Parkway westbound side, also the Brooklyn stretch. And Parks River Parkway and 295 on the southbound side, also after the Prospect Briggs. 95 on the northbound side, also the Bronx stretch. 95 on the southbound side, also I-88 in New Jersey. New Jersey Turnpike on the northbound side, it did so between the Princeton stretch and New Jersey Turnpike on the northbound side, so between Princeton and Newark because the road is closed to over that roadwork. 95 on the southbound side, also in Philadelphia stretch. 95 on the southbound side, also around the Delaware Memorial Bridge, and 95 in Wilmington, Delaware. 95 on the northbound side, also in Bel Air. 695 in the eastbound side, also after I-83 in Baltimore. And I-81 on the northbound side, and southbound side, a little so north of Harrisburg, and I-376 on the westbound side, also between Monroeville and Pittsburgh. New York State 3 in the eastbound side, also before 290 in Buffalo, but otherwise 3 is moving from New York to the Pennsylvania border, and I-80 to the westbound side, also after the 3 in the next city. On the eastbound side, a little so around Augusta, Maine, and Main Turnbound Spur in South Portland, Sligo, and 99 southbound side is slow up to the Canadian border up in Vermont. Alright, MBTA alerts. Ferries they are looking good. Subway system is looking good. And no problems on the commuter rail. Peter Channel News Time, 11:09 p.m. approaching 11:10, and it is time now for a weather report on this late Wednesday night. And our current conditions in North Massachusetts at the 11:10 p.m. is 66 degrees with a foggy misty conditions. Humidity 9. Wind speeds calm. Determinate 7 inches. Dew about sticky 64 degrees. Visibility 6 miles. It is a sticky night. So hope you got the AC going. Alright, look at that. Current conditions around the region. It is 65 degrees out in Taunton, 68 in Norwood, it's 68 in New Bedford, 68 in Falmouth, 67 in Chatham, 66 in Martha's Vineyard, 66 in Provincetown, 65 in Marston, and Nantucket, 64 in Smithfield, 72 in Providence, 68 in Newport, 73 in Boston, Paris, 66 is in Gloucester, and Beverly at 70 in Concord, 72 degrees up in Fitchburg, 70 in Worcester, 73 out at Springfield, 70 in Athol, Massachusetts, 64 degrees out in North Adams, 63 degrees out in Pittsfield, 72 in Bridgeport, and 72 in Windsor, in Hartford, Connecticut, 70 in Merriman, Connecticut, 66 in Waterbury, Connecticut, 64 in Denver, Connecticut, Paris, 85, New Haven, and Bridgeport, Connecticut, 69 in Montauk, 67 in Islip, 79 in New York City, 70 in Albany, and Silver Springs, 66 degrees in Maine, and Brevard, Vermont, 63 degrees up in Raleigh, Vermont, 63 degrees up in Lebanon, and Keene and Javon, Hampshire, 66 degrees up in North Carolina, Hampshire, 70 degrees in Colorado, Hampshire, 64 degrees in Manchester and Natchez, Hampshire, 65 degrees up in Portland, Maine, and Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Alright, look at that. Search map Moran Country shows that St. Far from Alberta, stretching all the way through Western Ontario, merged with the coast far from North Central Ontario. Warm St. Far from Idaho, stretching all the way down the Colorado, merged with the warm from Kansas all the way down to Arkansas, merged with the St. Far from Mississippi, stretching them into North Carolina, merged with the coast far from North Carolina, stretching up into the eastern seaboard, merged with the St. Far up into New England, and a warm front from eastern Quebec. And a far from northern Quebec with a low pressure right in Quebec. Far from upstate New York down for eastern Ontario. Far from southwestern Minnesota down for Iowa, down for northeastern Kansas. Far from the Dakotas down for Montana. Far from eastern Washington, Oregon down for northeastern Nevada, down for western Utah. Far from southwestern Oregon and down up the California coast. And then far from western Arizona and the Gulf of California. And far from central Texas down the Gulf states. And far off the South Dakota coast and down for southern Florida. It is low pressure ridges in eastern Wyoming, southeastern Colorado, southwestern Idaho, southeastern California, and New England and south central Quebec, while high pressure ridges in the western Great Lakes and the Four Corner region. 70 degrees at temperature, Detroit 65, Pittsburgh 74 degrees, and Washington D.C. 85, and Atlanta 83, in Miami, Florida, and Brunswick, Texas 8 in South Texas 76 degrees, in Kansas City and Omaha, Nebraska 68 in Chicago, 67 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 79 degrees in Great Falls, Montana, 70 in Seattle. 57 in San Francisco, 67 degrees in Los Angeles, it's 106 degrees in Las Vegas, 74 in Phoenix, 88 out in Albuquerque, Mexico, 72 degrees out in Denver, and 80 degrees in Salt Lake City, Utah. Alright, let's take a look at where it shows. A line of showers and storms off down east Maine, threatening the western portions of Nova Scotia and curving up the eastern portion of New Brunswick, and some showers and storms in north central New Brunswick and down for east central portion of Canada and the northwestern portions of Maine around the Jackman River Village in Maine. Some spotty rain showers up in the north central tip of New Hampshire, and spotty rain showers around the upper Adirondacks of New York State. And seeing lines of showers and some thunderstorms on the east central portions of North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, and Atlanta. Showers from some Charlotte, North Carolina, stretching down for northwest and South Carolina, and up in the northeastern Georgia, east of Atlanta, and some showers and storms from west central Georgia and east central portions of Alabama. And down in Florida, we're seeing lines of showers and storms east of Jacksonville and north of Daytona. A line of showers and storms from south central Florida down for Fort Myers and stretching around Key West. And patchy rain showers for west of Key West and stretching around 7 Louisiana. And down to Texas, and a lot of rain showers from northern Minnesota down to the Ontario down to 7 portions of Manitoba down to 7 Saskatchewan to the eastern portions of North Dakota, and showers and storms from South Dakota and Nebraska, stretching from the Rockies down to the Four Corner region up into Nevada and to Idaho. Patchy showers and storms from eastern British Columbia down for western portions of Alberta. Alright, look at the satellite loop, and it shows Line of clouds coming in much of the Canadian Maritimes. Line of clouds from the Carolinas and another line of clouds from southern Georgia down from Florida, stretching around the Gulf states. And a line of clouds from western Mexico stretching up into the Falkland region up in the Nova Rockies and the nine for the Dakotas and western Nebraska and Kansas and out of western Oklahoma and Tennessee and stretching far west as eastern Nevada down for the Yosemite Valley of California and line of clouds from British coming in down for Alberta down for southern Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and north central Montana. Alright, let's look at the forecast discussion. First, let's check to see what is growing in the tropics. What's going on in the tropics? Nothing brewing in the Atlantic, and nothing brewing in the eastern northern Pacific so far. Alright, let's move on to forecast discussion where Giant sees what weather was tonight and Thursday. A cold front moves over the region on Friday and early Saturday. A few thunderstorms are possible. High pressure building beyond the front and provides about early next week. New temperature 6 a.m. Thursday morning. Cold front working across eastern Massachusetts this evening while ML skips still remain over 1,000 plus JKG in this region appears too dry. And in the middle levels of the more than any additional shot thunderstorm activity. Therefore, dry weather should prevail overnight as a cold front clears to the southeast New England coast. Main issue this evening is across the outer islands, especially Nantucket, where dense fog rises in effect. There is a result of a light voice southwest flow ahead of the cold front should see visibly improve after midnight from west to east as dry air works into beyond the front. Low temperatures should be bottom mainly in the upper 50s, lower 60s, main eastern middle 50s across portion of western Massachusetts. The patch of gradual fog may develop toward daybreak, typically prone location, but should be short-lived. And I'm predicting tomorrow's highs. Overnight lows, I'm expecting 58 to 68 at tomorrow's highs, 81 to 87 degrees. And if you're going to the beach tomorrow, perfect beach weather. Air temperature 75 to 82 degrees. Water temperature 67 degrees. UV index 10, very high. So, if you're going to the beach tomorrow to catch some rays, load up some sunscreen with you because it is going to be sunny. So, you have a little time to get some rays from the sun. Alright! Hazardous weather outlook because day 1 tonight, hazardous weather not at the time, but day 2 to 7, Thursday to Tuesday, there'll be a low risk of some strong spirited thunderstorms that occur on Friday and Friday night. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like for tonight. Overnight, while you're sleeping in the overnight hours of the night, we're going to have some patch fog up to 4 a.m. watts. Most good about 59 degrees, calm wind. For Thursday, patch fog before 7 a.m. watts. Percent sky about 84 degrees, light variable wind. Becoming the north wind 6 o'clock in the morning. Thursday night, patch fog up to 5 a.m. watts. Most good sky about 61 degrees and south about 5 miles coming in the evening. For Friday, check the charts. The thunderstorms may up to 2 p.m. Percent sky about 81 degrees, light south wind increase at 8 to 30 miles in the water. Chest rate to 30%. New rain amounts will treat it to 40 days to have about possible thunderstorms. Friday night, check the chart. The thunderstorms sky about 60 degrees. It's up about 7 miles and chest rate to 50%. Saturday, most of the most clear sky, at 8 to about 58 degrees. Sunday, most clear sky, at 8 to about 58 degrees. Monday, and Wednesday, Sunday, podcast sky, 88 to about 60 degrees. And for Tuesday, check the charts. Put to the podcast sky, at 8 to about 61 degrees. Chest rate to 40%. And for Wednesday, most of the sky, at 85 degrees. Peters with a phrase of the night. Terrific Thursday on tap. Peter Woods hope you have a good night with a good positive day. Looking forward to see you tomorrow morning with a morning report. Good.